Hi, I'm Joan Newcomb, and today's Mystic Minute is, there is nothing wrong with you. There is so much going on in the world today, so many extremes, so many really strong opinions. There is so much light breaking through and shining on the darkness in the world, and there is so much right and wrong going on. We all have really strong opinions, and even if we're right, well, those people are wrong. And there are the people on the right, those people are wrong. The people on the left, those people are wrong. There's definitely something wrong with you. Whatever your opinion, there's something wrong with you. And it's also a really core wound I think all of us have from growing up, where we didn't fit in. Whether to our families or our families didn't fit into the community, there's something wrong with us. And especially people who tend to watch these kind of videos because you dance to a different drummer, because you're on the leading edge, you're curious about these things that are emerging into the world. You feel that feeling, you sense that increased light. What are you talking about? If you grew up in a family of doctors and you have this really innate sense of the healing of nature, this is a planet of dichotomy. This is a planet of opposites and differences and wrongs and right. And as consciousness, we are collectively, as consciousness, there is no right or wrong. As consciousness, we are unity. We are expansive. We are all-knowing. So as consciousness, we are creating this reality to play in, to experience the opposite of the essence of who you are. There's nothing wrong with you. And there's also nothing wrong with the game of right and wrong. It's just a lot easier to navigate in this particular playing field if you know that your consciousness, and this is all a game. It's a lot easier to navigate the shifting sands of the playing field. Because what was right or wrong a few years ago is no longer right or wrong. And that's probably why a lot of people are having a really hard time, because they want to stay solidified in the ethics and the values that they grew up with, which, if you go back a few decades, are really radically different than now. What's happening on the planet today, what's happening with reality, is the greater consciousness, greater vibration, greater light is coming into the world. Therefore, it's revealing everyone's shadow sides. It's revealing everything that is not real, which is kind of pretty much everything. Except that's kind of hard to say because it feels real. You feel real. The chair you're sitting in or a bed you're lying on or whatever feels real. Reality is supposed to feel real. We've created it as consciousness. Just like you create a model train set or you create a fish tank, you've created this experience. You designed your Sim City, your Second Life, full immersion reality game. What would your life be like without that thought? There's something wrong with you. I think a lot of people get really worried when considering that, Because if they don't have measurements of right or wrong, they think that the entire world is going to go to hell in a handbasket, especially their own immortal soul. And the thing is that if you are operating outside of the definitions of right and wrong, you're going to be more in touch with the essence of who you are and operating as consciousness and making greater choices from that greater awareness. When you're operating as consciousness, there's no right or wrong, there's just infinite amount of choices. And there are no mistakes. Because in a parallel universe, you're doing the opposite. There are no mistakes. It's all a grand experiment. It's all an adventure in density and effort. It's all a game on the playground. There's nothing wrong with you. There's never been anything wrong with you. You are at your essence, infinite love and infinite light. When you get in touch with that, then you really know who you are, why you're here, and then you have fun going about playing in it. At our essence, we're all little kids. We're all those beautiful shining lights of little kids playing in this world. So when you drop that intense focus on right and wrong, and on you being right and they being wrong, or you're being wrong and they're being right, when you just drop all that, you have tremendous creative energy gets unleashed. You have tremendous energy to create with, to move forward, to navigate your life, to experience greater joy, happiness, and satisfaction. If you like these videos, you can subscribe to them on YouTube. You can also sign up below to get them in your inbox. If you want to know more, my website is joan-newcomb.com. I put out a weekly radio show and podcast. I also write a weekly blog and newsletter. I do these videos a couple times a week. I do meetups around the Puget Sound in Seattle, Bellevue, Tacoma, University Place, Lakewood, and Olympia. And if you'd like to know more about navigating your life as consciousness, rediscovering who you really are, what your real purpose is, and regain your passion for life, go to joan-newcomb.com and look at my coaching programs. So go to joan-newcomb.com and I'll be back with another Mystic Minute in another couple days.